Alright, so this is going to be a different type of video today. I'm going to be doing a podcast slash talk with you all about my opinions of Fortnite Season 5. Now, before we get started, I just want to do one shameless self-promotion, which, as you guys know, I don't do, so this is going to be awkward. But please, if you guys get the chance, check out my Twitter. It's in the description. That's where all of my updates go. You don't have to follow, but just check it out because that's where most of the stuff that I'm talking about today, about, like, for example, my goals and plans for the season, that's already on Twitter. So just please go check that out if you get the chance. It's in the description. And now let's get started. So, event recap. That was a pretty cool event, I have to say. With like the battle buses flying into Galactus, and basically Black Hole 2.0 of us not being able to play the game for like 10 hours. I liked the event. It was pretty cool. I like how it went directly into Season 5. I like how the end of last season and the beginning of this season is like tied together, just like it should be. But I think that's really cool. Also, one disclaimer I want to get out is this is completely improv. I just feel like for podcasts or just talking in general, I don't know, it feels more natural if it's improv, I guess. So the next thing I want to talk about with Season 5 is the Battle Pass. Now, I'm not going to go over, well, I am going to go over every single skin, so I'm not going to go into full detail, though. So, Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, it's Baby Yoda in Fortnite. I personally have not watched The Mandalorian, but I am planning on it if I buy V-Bucks and get Disney Plus, so yeet. Next up is the reskin, reminds me of Overwatch. Maeve, it's cool. I'll never use it. Man Cake. Man Cake, 10 out of 10. Come on down to the Butter Barn. Let's get started. Condor, amazing skin. I love the soulless face. Just perfect skin. Lexa, either you love it or you hate it. Or you have some other third opinion, which I do. I'll probably use the skin, but I won't use it after the season. I'll say that much. Next up is Menace. He's a menace. Very cool skin. I don't really know what else to say. It's a battle pass. Next up, which is something I do know what to say about, is the new POIs and competitive. So I'm gonna just go over the POIs real quick. We've got Stealthy Stronghold. It's a jungle, which is a stronghold. I don't know. It's interesting. I haven't landed there that much this season, so I'm not exactly sure what it's like, but it seems pretty fun. Now, the Hunter's Haven, I like that a lot. That's probably my favorite addition. Maybe behind Salty Towers, which is Salty Springs and Tilted Towers combined, which is just amazing. And then we've got the 0 point in the middle of the map, which I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. You probably don't. But if you go through the rift in the middle of the map, it gives you 50 shield. I don't know why, but it just all the way up, if you like glide into the 0 point, it gives you 50 shield. So, I don't know, thought that would be something pretty cool to know. And then we've got Colossal Coliseum. The one thing I don't like about this place, especially in Arena, is you can barely build walls anywhere. Like, for example, I was fighting somebody and I had an SMG and they had a tactical shotgun, which, you know, is a pretty even fight, depending on how terrible the attack is now. We'll get into that later. But he was shooting at me, and I tried to build a wall to defend myself, and I couldn't because there was an archway there. So it's very hard to fight there, unless you're at the bottom, because then you can, like, full box up and actually fight. But up top, you really have to play angles, and honestly, I kind of like that. I mean, it's not good if you get shot at and panic by building a wall, which is what you're supposed to do, but I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. But now, this is what I've wanted to talk about ever since the season started, and that's competitive. Now, as some of you guys might know if you checked out my Twitter, link in description, I want to expand my content to more competitive based content. Like when cash cups become a thing again, I'll post content about the cash cups, tournaments that come up. I just want to focus on getting better at the game through competitive. And that's what I want to do this season. So that's why you're going to see more highlight videos and less montages this season. And I just wanted you all to know why. And also, the loot pool. No pumps. Personally, I'm sort of okay with that. I wish they kept in the gray, green, and blue pumps, but left out the purple and gold, because the purple and gold pumps are pretty overpowered. Like, 200 pumps, like, if someone's so much better than you, and you just get one hit, they're dead. And it's just, I don't know. I would say overpowered, but then you also have to aim, but I don't know, I didn't like it. But the gray and green and blue pumps should be in the game. What should not be in the game, or what should be fixed better, is the tactical shotguns. Because the tac is so bad this season. I hit a 24 damage headshot with a tactical at close range. It was a blue tac shotgun, 24 headshot, which, just to put that into perspective, a gray pistol does that much for a body shot. A gray pistol. Just, wow. Anyways, compact SMGs, I guess controller players probably like it because you can spray more, and that's probably good for them. But I don't know, just in competitive, I don't like how you can have a duo spraying compact SMGs on you. It's just, it's interesting. And the one thing that I don't like is just how toxic the competitive community is in this game. It's just, wow. Every single person's complaining on Twitter and calling everybody else garbage. I mean, it makes sense, like, some fun rivalry in the game. Like, that's necessary for a game to do well. But when it's, like, unfair, like, for example, if I'm fighting someone else and I don't get a weapon and they do, and then they take the L on me when they kill me, that just sums up the competitive scene right now. Like, everyone is just very toxic, and there's a lot of not toxic players in the community, and I respect that. I think of this channel, I Talk Fortnite. If you guys haven't checked him out, make sure you do. But his community is like the least toxic I've seen on the entirety of YouTube. I mean, like Nick A30 as well. There's like a lot of non-toxic communities. When it comes to competitive, it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just terrible. Alright, but the last thing I want to talk about in this new loot pool is the bots and the mythics. So, Mandalorian ships in the game. He's got his sniper rifle, which is also like a bayonet from like the Revolutionary War. It's good. You can phase into boxes. If the wall is one shot with the bayonet and you use it, you'll get in the box every single time, which is amazing. And this jetpack is pretty good. You can take fall damage with it, so that's not good, but I don't know. Ooh, one thing I forgot to talk about was the new items we got in the game. The Rift Fish and all the 0 point stuff. 0 point thing, especially the fish, I don't know if it's worth carrying in competitive, because it's a weird and wacky mechanic, especially in end games. So I don't know if I'd carry 0 point fish, but Rift Fish, that is something you want to incorporate into your looting strategy ASAP. I mean, like, fishing once again is just absolutely overpowered. You can get purple tax, you can get gold tax, purple charges, these rift fish, which literally spawn a rift. It's incredible. Like, we're going back to Season X, where everyone would just fly in the sky with, like, as rifts. Like, just fall out of rifts and just float in the sky again. So I'd like to see how that comes into play, because you can only get that by fishing. So I want to see what happens with teams that land like Salty Towers or teams that land the Coliseum. I just want to see how that's going to play out. If they're going to try and fish, or if they're just going to let it go and try and kill somebody else who's got it. I don't know what the season's going to bring. But the one thing I do like is this is probably the most balanced season we've had in such a long time. Like, unlike pumps, which could do 200 damage, the charge can too, but you have to charge it up. That's the entire mechanic. So it's a very balanced season. No one weapon is stronger than the other. Like, let's take... I don't know. I'll take SMGs. The suppressed and the normal SMG are basically the same thing. If you think of ARs, the heavy does more damage, but is harder to hit shots with. And you can't really full spray it, unlike the normal AR, which you could. So, this season's very balanced. And I like that, especially for a competitive standpoint. It's very balanced. Because if you think to when we had this meta of charge and tack, no pump, that's back in Season 3, which had like Jules Grappler and Kid Shockwave Launcher. That was overpowered. But this season, there's no vaults, there's no mythic bosses besides the Mandalorian, who drops a sniper. Which, I mean, it's very good. It's a very good sniper, but it's a sniper. I mean, the only thing I can think that's overpowered would be the exotic weapons, which you can only get from the bots you find around the map. Which that's actually going to segue perfectly into our next segment. The bots on the map are interesting. I've personally only played Arena this entire season so far. I'm at like 2.2k points, which is pretty good, but it's hard to get the exotic weapons and nearly impossible in Arena, which I like, because in normal solos, if you get gold and die, it saves. It saves over to your next game. But when it comes to Arena, you lose it. You don't keep your gold, which is really nice. I mean, you can get it like easier because like you break stuff, and obviously bounties, those are they're easier in Arena, I'd say, because obviously like you're fighting people around your skill level. I actually don't know. I think bounties are a good addition to the game, but I don't know how they'd work in competitive. Because that is like literally showing you where somebody is on the map. Like, it's showing you where them and most likely their entire team is on the map. So that could lead to some very interesting engagements, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So, the last thing I want to talk about here is my plans for this season. Once again, if you guys saw, excuse me, if you guys saw it on my Twitter, which, by the way, look at my Twitter, don't have to follow, just look at it. I have said 4 things, I think. The first thing is, I want to get to 10k arena points this season at a minimum. A minimum of 10k arena points. I want to expand my content to be more competitive based, and I want to get to at least 400 subs by the end of season 5. I don't know if that's going to happen, but hey, we just hit 250, so thank you all so much. And one last thing I forgot to mention, as you guys can tell, this is very improv. If you guys want to see more podcasts, like just talking basically, just let me know and tell me if you want it to be all improv like this, or if you want me to have a specific like list of things I talk about, or like just a list of just different topics, and just a way for me to be more organized, or if you just like this improv. So the final thing I wanted to talk about is what would I bring back to Fortnite. Now, I have the creative opened here, so just give me a second. I'm just looking through here. I mean, I can see a lot of good weapons that would be great to have back in the game. Things like the double barrel. We have it in the game, but it's all exotic. I don't know if I'd want that back, but things like the infantry rifle or the storm scout, not the exotic version, but just normal storm scout. There's so many weapons in the game that just aren't anymore. Like, literally, this game could be so much better if it had, like, deagles and just fun items. When's the last time you've seen someone use balloons? They wouldn't get used at all, but it would just be fun. Well, anyways, that's everything I wanted to talk about the new season. Once again, if you guys like this stuff, let me know. I'll do more. If you guys like improv, let me know. I'll do more. If you want me to be organized, which honestly, I want to be more organized with this. This was not organized at all, but whatever. It's a first. If you guys like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Whatever. And I will see you all in my next video, which should hopefully be an arena highlight video about like this new season and all of its stuff. So I will see you all then. Bye.